you're playing a couple of comedy shows coming up. Actually, Thursday, you're going to start a couple of nights at the New York Comedy Club in Stamford, Connecticut, and that goes through Saturday. I would imagine you have more time for stand-up comedy these days because of the strike. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. But I've been, doing stand-up, and I've been on the road, and these shows were booked and scheduled and locked before the strike. The strike's, it sucks. It's frustrating. But I'm happy to, be able to do comedy. I'm happy that it's a part of my life. I love doing stand-up comedy. It's such an incredible way to perform, the live aspect, the unpredictability, for better or for worse, of performing in front of a crowd. There's nothing like it. So I'm looking forward to 5 great shows at the New York Comedy Club at Stamford.
I know they're completely different, but what would you find, like, if you were to choose one, like you had to choose one? That's a tough question because you've done some amazing work. You know what, Michael? I don't even know if I can talk about your past work because of the strike. I don't know, like, what we can talk and not talk about, but I'll ask you this. You've done some amazing work.
You can talk about, just to let you know, you can talk about stuff in the past. Okay. You can. Don't.
First of all, one of my favorite things you've been in is Atypical. I think you're phenomenal in that. You've done some amazing movies. But, and I've seen your stand-up, and you're also really good at that, too. But if you were to choose, if you had to choose, what would it be?
Man, that's tough.
Yeah. And they're completely
different. That's a tough question. I can't. They're both part of my life. They're both part of being a performer and being, for me, stand-up is like a performance. It's like an acting performance. It's just like different. I can't pick one. They're the same thing to me, but they're different. I'm always going to love acting. It's my first love. It was my first dream, but I started out being a stand-up, and then that got me into acting. So I love them both, and I'm fortunate to be able to be doing them for so long, for so many years.
Now, if I threw in there, you could do acting, or you could do stand-up, or you could be an NBA analyst for
NBA. Stop. NBA.
So not even Are you in trouble? Are you being pulled over right now?
I'm not being pulled over, and they have not found this lunatic who escaped from jail. I think it was just an ambulance. But
okay.
No, fortunately, I'm not in any trouble today, and certainly not that kind of trouble.
Okay,
good. Nobody's looking for me.
Good. But you definitely go with NBA analyst above acting and stand-up.
Yeah, because I never got to do that, and my first love, as a kid, my first dream was to play in the NBA and to be, a professional basketball player. Obviously, my hoop dreams were hoop nightmares, hoop disasters. But, that would always be the answer because, you always want to sort of do the thing that you can never really do. But I love sports, and I love, the stuff that I get to do on the sports shows. It's a lot of fun, and it's always it's like I feel like a kid when I get to do that.
I would imagine, and I've seen some of your interactions on sports shows and with some athletes, I would imagine that's more similar to stand-up comedy than it is to doing movies because there's the spontaneity is there. You got to pivot when you need to. So I would imagine the similarities are there.
100%. I mean, live stuff and off-the-cuff stuff, and whether it's, me driving and doing this interview and, the ambulance or, obviously, performing in front of a crowd, I love to interact with the crowds. And, I'll definitely be doing that this weekend in Stamford at the New York Comedy Club. That's something that you can't manufacture. When you're acting in a film or television, it's, there's a lot of preparation and there's a goal and a sort of beginning, middle, and end to every scene and every take. Obviously, there's spontaneity within that, but you need to get to a certain place each time. With doing live stuff, you could start one place and end in a totally different place that you even thought. So, like I said, they're both fun and they're both gratifying.
And before I let you go, I saw you ranting about the Giants. I'm not sure about how much of a Jets fan you are. Any thoughts on Aaron Rodgers going down after 4 plays last night?
Well, I'm a Giants fan, but I also love seeing the Jets do well. I mean, that sucked. Older players get injured, but no one would have predicted that would have happened in the first 4 plays of the game. I was excited about the Jets doing well. I was devastated by the Giants losing in such disgusting fashion on opening night of the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, man.
40-0 on September 10th in New York, in New Jersey. That was the Jets won that game last night. It was a tough, messy game. But to start the season like that with such expectations and obviously Aaron Rodgers being there and the hopes of that young team, it was just a sucky way to start the season for both teams, although the Jets did get that win. So that's a positive.
That's true. You sound like a New England fan.
Oh, man.
What?
Because with the Patriots?
Yeah, because you sound like you sound
like. I don't want to hear anything from Patriot fans. You guys got 57 Super Bowls and 97 Super Bowl appearances. There's no I don't want to hear anything about them.
Right?
You had an enjoy it while it happened.
Oh,
it's never happening again. But you guys have nothing to complain about.
I know, Michael. I was saying the way you're complaining, you sound like a New England fan. The way a New England fan complains, because
that's what we have in common. That's the thing about New York fans and Boston, New England fans. Red Sox and Giants and all that stuff, is we hate the fact that we're so similar. And New York people and Boston people, we have such disgust for each other, but you tend to have disdain for things that you see in yourself. So I love hating Boston fans, but we're one and the same.
Right.
We're one and the same. We're all the same, except for New York people are just a little bit smarter and better looking.
Okay.
And I mean no disrespect to any of the listeners.
That was total disrespect.
I'm sorry.
No, that was total disrespect.
I mean no disrespect, but I'm saying we're one and the same, except for we're smarter, better looking, and and our teams in general are better. But again, I say that with respect and humility to all the great people of the New England area.
I am sending a gang of Patriots fans down to all of your shows at the New York Comedy Club this weekend.
They should 100% come because I love them. I love their passion. I love their craziness because, like I said, I recognize it in myself. All right. And all New Yorkers will admit that we recognize it in ourselves. We are one in the same. You guys just have worse accents. And again, I say that with love and respect. With love and respect.
Oh my God.
Love and respect. Love, respect, and humility. I'm saying that with. Love, respect,
my God.
Humility. I love you guys.
Yeah, it sounds like it. All right, Michael Rappaport, thanks a lot, man. Thursday it's one show, but then Friday and Saturday 2 shows, right, at the New York Comedy Club in Stamford?
Yep. And you guys are classic rock, right?
Yeah.
Man, let's go with some GNR. Let's go with Guns and Roses.
How about no? All right, man. All right, Michael. Hey, you got it, man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I appreciate your time.
Everybody this weekend.
All right. Thanks, Michael. Man. Thanks.